Hi, it's Tuesday. I did a vlog update yesterday, but lighting on that was very bad. So we're starting again today. Hi, welcome to the vlog. I have the hiccups. I'm sorry. I just filmed the video with the hiccups, which wasn't the best idea, but I still did it anyway. It's Tuesday. I didn't read yesterday. I'm so sorry. I was meaning to, but I was tired. And I don't know, it just didn't happen. I'm sorry for that. But now that we're here, I went to the library today. I also went to the doctor's today because I really having like this problem with my eyes. So I went to the doctor's. I have an infection on my eyes. I had to go to school today till like noon, and then for the rest of the week I'm at home, still following classes. So a lot of time is still be spent towards that. But the commuting time will be gone, which is great. I also don't have to wake up as early, so hopefully I won't be as tired. I have 2 galleys I wanted to read before the end of the month, but it's not really looking like that's gonna happen because tomorrow is a pretty long day, like classes wise, so I don't think I'll be able to finish both. I'm kind of just not prioritizing any of them. I'm just reading what I want, and then I'll get this done in October. But let's just quickly get through my library book haul. I'm gonna give you like the titles of these books and the authors. If you want to know more about like my thought process why I'm picking these books up and want to know more about them, read around for a little bit and my library book haul will be up. We have Love from A to Z by S.K. Ali. I love how that rhymes. The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. The Liquor Boys by Colson Whitehead. Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. And Supernova by Marissa Meyer. I'm currently in the middle of The Lost Book of the White Book of Summer Claire Shoot. This is the second book in the Eldest Courses, which is a trilogy of books following Magnus and Alex and of course the Shadowhunter world, doing like different points within like the timeline. The first book took place after City of Glass, I believe, or City of Fallout Hills, I don't remember, but one of those books. And this one takes place like half a year after the Shadowhunter Academy book. I'll meet you later. Bye. Hello, it's Sunday. I'm so sorry for not updating you earlier in the week, but this week has just kind of been a weird week, also pretty busy, and I just haven't really read a whole lot, so I just didn't really know what to update you about, so I just didn't. And I meant to update you yesterday, and I just forgot, so here we are. So I guess I haven't been reading a whole lot this week, but yesterday I did manage to finish The Last Book of the White by Claire Shoe. Yay! I'm really proud of myself for finally finishing this book. Not because it's like an intimidating book or it was hard to get through, but it was just that my mind just wasn't at reading at all this week. So I don't know. It felt like a huge task to accomplish, even though like it wasn't the book's fault, it was more like my own fault. The Last Book of the White, I gave 4 to 5 stars. I just felt like this was a little bit of a filler book in the series, and also because this takes place right after the Shadowhunter Academy book, so we have seen them like way after that, these characters. I also just feel like a lot of like the more high stakes moments just like didn't really deliver, because I already know like where they're at in like a couple of more years. So I don't know, that just felt a little bit disappointing as well, I guess. And yeah, the plot was just kind of meh for me. But what I really loved within this book were like the character moments where the gang was just like hanging out, talking, being friends, being family. And those just made my heart soar. I love it so much. Then today I tried to continue on into The Tower of Fools by Anna Sapkowski. I don't think I've mentioned this book in this vlog yet, but if you watched last week's vlog, you know I started this. It's Galley got from that Galley. It's adult fantasy. It's very historical heavy. And I DNF'd it. It's my first DNF. I love I have finished books that I absolutely despised, and I DNF'd this. Why? I was 12% through, and I just realized that I just wasn't really saving any information up here, and I had no clue what was going on, which character was which, and what they were doing, and what they knew nothing. And I looked, like, because on Kindle it tells you, on the Kindle app it tells you at the bottom, like, how much time you have left in the book, and it said 7 hours, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this for 7 hours, shit. So I made the decision to DNF it, and I feel bad DNFing a Galley, but at the same time I don't think that if I would have pushed myself to finish this, a review would have been helpful at all to anyone. And then I picked up 10 Things I Hate About Pinky by Sandra Manon, which is the last book in the Dimple and Rishi companion series. I'm 66 pages through. I'm loving it. This book follows Pinky, who is Ashija's best friend from the previous novel, There's Something About Sweetie. Follows Pinky, who during summer break, who goes with her parents to Cape Cod, like into like a lake house with her aunt, uncle, and a cousin. And her parents don't think very highly of her, so she randomly decides to kind of get her parents off her back to talk Samir into fake dating her, because Samir is like the ideal boy in like her parents' eyes. And then we also follow Samir, like I said before, who we also met in There's Something About Sweetie, and he like lives with his mom, and it's kind of been suffocated. It's not really the right word, but so he's been like very close to his mom, just his mom and him, and his mom is very overprotective over him. And now for the summer he's like kind of finally broke through that in a bit, because he got an internship in DC on his own. But when he arrives there, the internship falls through, and he gets this message from Pinky to be like, hey, wanna come over and pretend to be my boyfriend? And he's like, sure, because he doesn't want to go home. And also Pinky's mom is a very important lawyer, and Samir thinks that if he like sweet talks his way to her mother during the summer, he'll be able to get like a internship with her company. It's a hate to love relationship. It's fake dating, and I'm loving it so far. Like, we're still like, I'm right at the point where Samir has arrived at Cape Cod, but like they haven't interacted yet in real life. I'm excited to read this. I really like Pinky in the previous book, and Samir I didn't really like as much, but I feel like he's an interesting character. I'm excited to follow his perspective and see him grow and develop, kind of. So I'm really excited to read this book. And yeah, I've been on a Sandra Manon kick lately. You should know that. Hi, just need to quickly read you. I'm on page 125. And I want to take 124 even. I said that one. And I wanted to take back everything I said about Samir. I hate him with every ounce of my being. And if these two end up together, that's fucked. Because Samir is toxic. Very, very toxic. Damn. I'm gonna have to be like some major changes if Sanjamon actually wants me to root for these two, because it's not happening. This is completely spoiler free, by the way. There's this moment where they go paddleboarding, and it's kind of like, it's not really a competition, but like it's kind of is, you know what I mean? It's not officially. Now, when they come back from the trip, I guess Pinky's dad is just like, you can admit defeat now, you know, because like they lost technically. And they kind of get into the scene of like, is Samir really like competitive or not? Depends on, you know. Pinky says no, and then Samir says yes, but just like, you know, the lack of like knowing each other that has caused this. Okay, so because in this conversation he's just like, But not all of us feel the need to fight with the adults around us all the time, sweetie. Just like, and then Pinky's like, what's that supposed to mean? And like, he says, I think it's pretty obvious what it means. Well, she has done nothing to provoke this, like, at all. Oh my god, I hate him so much. And then, because this happens in front of Pinky's parents, it's kind of, you know, not the ideal situation if you want to convince them that they're dating. Like, also, I want to preface this, like, this is his solution. And I want to preface this by saying that Pinky made very clear at the beginning of this fake relationship that no kissing is gonna occur, because she doesn't want that at all. Like, no kissing of any kind. She even feels a bit icky about hand holding, which is like, sure, but no kissing at all. She set that clear boundary. This was Samir's solution to making her parents think that they're fine. Samir forced himself to walk across the picnic blanket and sit next to Pinky, slowing an arm around her narrow shoulders and kissed the soft side of her temple. Maybe that was technically breaking a rule. She'd expressly said no kissing, but this was a dire situation. Really? And then, to make it even worse, when he realized that Pinky was just sitting there, immobile, almost frozen, as if no boy had ever kissed the side of her temple before and she had no idea how to react. God, couldn't she at least make an effort? Oh my god, really? Really? Couldn't she at least make it? I hate this so much. She clearly said no kissing. Of course, when you kiss her, even if it's at the side of her temple, not on the mouth, she is not gonna respond well. You clearly stepped over her boundaries. Oh my god, I hate him so much. And there's so many more things where he was just like constantly putting her down, calling her like a mess, irresponsible, with no ground to stand on, calling her immature, shit like that. And then, you know, Pinky reacts angrily, because, you know, most people would if you constantly insult them. And he's just like, why is she angry all the time? Like, I don't get it. Why is she so mean? Is he fucking kidding me? I hate him so much. I'm only a couple of pages further, and this is in a monologue, but it doesn't make it any better. He literally says this about Pinky. Pinky was clearly an immature, annoying little freak. Where did he get that from? Really? Freak? Immature. Annoying maybe. I could get annoying. But an immature freak as well? Oh my god. Even a couple of pages further, he makes a list called 10 Things I Hate About Pinky, which makes sense. It's a title. I expected something realistic about. But not only are half of the details just very batty, the other half just isn't true. Like, the first one is she's impulsive. I mean, sure, you might not like that in a person, then don't date them, problem solved. But it isn't a bad quality in a human being. Then, overly passionate about everything, also don't know how that's a bad trait in a human being. Again, it's not something you can match with, sure, but it isn't a negative trait. Short fuse, human health firecracker. Maybe try stop insulting her. Wait, doesn't know how to relax, everything's a fight. Again, maybe stop insulting her. Doesn't want anyone to be nice to her. Again, try being nice to her. It might help, you know? Completely non-conforming. Again, get why that's not something you would want to date, but nothing wrong with that. Magenta, teal, pink, green hair. Again, don't see how there's anything wrong with that. Says the person with dyed hair, obviously. Little less specific habit of snorting derisively. What is she, a horse? Like, how? That's just mean, okay? How does he wanna put himself out there? It's just like this ideal human being. I'm perfect. Everyone should be like me. And then just like be fucking mean and not realize it. I hate him so much. Can we just like follow the rest of this book to Pinky's perspective? Because she's great. Yeah, she does also have these moments where she's like annoyed at Samir, but most of the time it is something he provoked. And if it's not, it's like just character things that just don't match. But she's like trying to understand why he is this way and trying to understand him while he doesn't put any effort in that. He has this idea of Pinky and of her being like immature and apparently a freak, and like nothing she does will like let him stray away from that thought, even though like she has shown multiple times that she is responsible, she can take maturity, but it's just the people around her that just don't seem to think that she's capable of that. So she like lashes out, understandably. Like he never puts in any effort to try to understand Pinky. He's just like, I have this set idea of her. Let's correct, because I'm always correct. Well, Pinky is like, hey, I'm flawed, he's flawed. Let me understand his flaws, because I know mine come from somewhere as well. So, yeah. Fuck Samir. Hi. It is just past 11 p.m. Hi. How are you doing? I don't know why, but this angle looks weird all of a sudden. Woo! You're moving. I don't know what it is, but just this angle looks weird. I film like this all the time. Why does it look weird? But I'm here to wrap up this reading vlog. I'm tired, so it's needed. I finished 10 things I hate about Pinky by Saint Manon. I absolutely flew through this, almost inhale with it. And I ended up giving it 4 to 5 stars. I kind of was conflicted on how to rate it exactly. Because like you've seen, I didn't like a major element in this. I didn't like one of the main characters in this, which was kind of annoying, especially because we've been introduced to both Samir and Pinky in There's Something About Sweetie, and then also in the novella Love at First Fight. It follows those two a little bit as well. And I really enjoyed Samir in both of those things. I just couldn't stand him in this. And I also just didn't like the relationship in general. I think when it came to Samir, like, his feelings changed like the flip of a switch, while Pinky had more of like a gradual development. But Samir was just like this, and it was changed, and it was so weird. There were still like these parts of him that still were a little bit toxic, so didn't appreciate that. I also just didn't feel any chemistry between these two. But why I did still give it 4 to 5 stars is because I feel like a big chunk of this book, probably even as much, if even bigger than the romance, is just Pinky's storyline and her having to deal with like her family and feeling, just not feeling like her parents, in particular her mom, doesn't like her. And you know, with the struggles of like, hey, I'm being myself, but my parents see that as me actively going against them, which it's not what I'm doing. I don't know, I really like that storyline. I think Saint Manon is really good at writing like complex family dynamics, and this book definitely took the cake with that. And I don't know, I really enjoyed Pinky's storyline. I also really enjoyed Pinky as a character. So yeah, that's why it's 4 to 5 stars. I'm gonna stop talking because I think this vlog might be a little bit longer because of my ranting about like Pinky. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys next week. Here I am again, the same old situation. Why does the God thing have to be so complicated?